go outside, Nathan? What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
Damn!
You think you're funny, don't you?
I know I am. I'm the famous comedian Arnold Braunschweiger.
Schwarzenegger.
Gesundheit.
Did you see anything? No, sir. I didn't see you playing with your dolls again. Good!
Well, I'll tell you, nobody handles garbage better than we do.
You don't remember?
For you, the day bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday. What are you smiling about?
Dude, I almost had you. Left cheek! Left cheek! Left cheek!
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Well, we are a week 2 of the news and review brought to you by Talib 1980 Collects. If you've been paying attention this week, there was quite a bit of news. So let's stop with the BS and just get straight to it. So like we're always going to start off with Transformers news. And first off is official. And announced from this was TFW 2005. Pulse is doing a New York Comic Con fan stream on Thursday, October 9th. It's covering Disney brand, Star Wars, Marvel Legends series. And that's it. Starts at noon. And then Friday, October 10th at 12 p.m. Eastern, it'll be the action brands Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Ghostbusters. So don't forget to check those out on Hasbro Pulse. Next up, we have it is some Japanese company. I forget their name. Hold on, it's on the slide. It is called The Mystery of Convoy clothing lineup. So this is the company is Games Glorious and Thunderbox. They've teamed up to make this clothing line, and it's based off the NES version of Transformers Mystery of Convoy. So you can kind of see we got shirts, hats, pins, and all sorts of other stuff. So, but it's what it seems like this is going to be in Japan only, so it's not going to come to the States easily. Next up, we have our first bit of third-party official news. So this is Aldi Transformers. Now, you guys should know these. They are kind of like the like model kits, but not really model kit. No, wait, these are intact. I'm thinking of Yellow Park. And you just have to open these up. So what they're doing is for Wonderfest, they are doing a Studio Ox version of Optimus Prime. And if that sounds kind of familiar, Studio Ox was like an older design, but it's kind of getting rejuvenated with the Masterpiece that's coming out. It almost has that Studio Ox feel, but among other things. But here's some more information. But we'll get a full reveal of this at Wonderfest from Aldi. Next up, if you pay any attention to my Instagram and or Mark Clonus's Instagram, this is Mark Mayer's Instagram account. He is part of the Age of the Primes Generations line. He teased the Age of the Primes Voyager class Brawl, and then in the background there was a image of Blastoff. So maybe we're gonna get a preview of both of these guys. And then next up, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm digging this He-Man and Optimus Prime cosplay. But so these are the next wave of Motu and Transformer crossovers. This is He-Man with Optimus Prime. I will have to give him credit. The accessories I think on this are really cool. It's just the whole costume. I'm not really digging it. But this is available on Target's website. And then we have the next one. We have Starscream Armor Scareglow. Now, as of this recording, it was available on Mattel Creations. This was the only way you could get it. And this does have the glow-in-the-dark feature. So I don't know how well these are selling out, but and they're not for me, but here's Scareglow. And then here's some more pictures showing all four of them. The previous wave was Skeletor and Bumblebee. I think of all four, Skeletor's probably the best looking one, but you know, like I said, these are not for me unless I see them on clearance. I'm not too worried about picking these up. But speaking of Wonderfest from earlier, there is some teasers from Way Studios. Now these are countdown for the last few days, and it looks like they are teasing a Energon universe, a Transformers Prime, the Studio Ox design, and IDW for their high-end statues. So be on the lookout for this once Wonderfest hits. Also at Wonderfest, Blokees is showing stuff off. They've been teasing all kinds of things, but this one's the Transformers related stuff. So we're getting an Action Edition Tarn. And if you know anything about Action Edition, they're about 6 to 7 inches tall, highly detailed model kits, a bunch of play features with them. Sometimes light up. Looks like Tarn's getting light up eyes. They've all had light up in them. Well, maybe the Optimus Prime didn't, but and then Soundwave had a voice box in it. But I don't think the Transformers 1 Optimus Prime is getting a voice box. I think he's lighting up. Also, we're getting classic class versions of Darker Than Moon Megatron and Bumblebee. Hopefully, we'll get a nice bit of soft goods with that Megatron, because that is the ran down like semi-trailer gas tanker Megatron where he had like a shroud. So yeah. Next up is this is from the Bradford Exchange. This is a cold cast Optimus Prime statue. But yeah, interesting, but not for me. Next up, we have Flame Toys. Now, typically Flame Toys are model kits, but this looks like, I'm not sure if it's an action figure, but it's their combat line. So this is the second figure in their combat line. It actually transforms, and we don't really see that much from third party. Now, when I say transforms, basically is his legs fold up, and they collapse kind of under his body. But here's the other side, and you kind of see some of the accessories. Looks like I have the slide out of whack, but so on to the next thing. So did you guys vote for your Hall of Fame? So I'll have to put the link in the description, but it's been all over Transformers social media. The Hall of Fame voting has started. You can vote for Toy of the Year, and then you also can vote for the Hall of Fame for this year. Next up are some digital renders of the Studio Series 86 movie Thundercracker. Now, these were posted on Instagram from the Nate, the marketing guy, the head of the Transformers marketing. So yeah, it's starting to look good as we get down the line. So looking to see more and more of this figure. Next up, Takara teased some of their announcements this week. So these are just pretty much Takara's versions of Studio Series figures, the Wind Charger and Arachnid, and then some of the Age of the Prime stuff. Stuff that we've already seen here in the States, but Takara is doing their own release. And speaking of Takara, something that I am looking forward to is people are getting Rat Trap in hand, and it looks amazing. We got a few images of Rat Mode, some of the cards, some of the accessories that come in this package. Posable mouth. He's got alternate faces for his Rat Mode. It looks like the main difference is one has whiskers like that protrude, the other one doesn't. And then here's some more images of the Rat Mode, and then you can kind of look at the two different head sculpts that he comes with. And then here he is in robot mode next to Dinobot. So yeah, I'm looking forward to adding this to my Beast Wars masterpiece collection. And while we're on the topic of Takara, they had an event this week. It was their T-Spark Live where they did a bunch of product reveals and showed off some new stuff and teased some new stuff. But first off, so I guess Masterpiece movie series isn't going anywhere. It's coming back. And then you can kind of see in this little images from the video, they did tease who the next movie masterpiece is. And if you guys don't know, they completed the 2007 movie cast. But Frenzy is the only one that we're missing. Unless you picked up the DNA kit. There was a DNA kit for Starscream that had Frenzy. But the MPM is now called MPM Next. And their first is Sideswipe. I'm kind of curious how this figure is going to work. I never owned any previous release, but he has wheels for feet. So hopefully they've figured out a way that he can stand properly. Next thing Transformers related from the T-Spark Live event is Transformers Overgear. And here's some images from the video clip. And this is what this is. It's just it's a new line. There wasn't a whole lot of details, but it's going to be like a stylized line. My theory is this is going to be like the Hearts of Steel stuff that Hasbro's doing, where they're just taking the four main characters and then reimagine them each year for something different. I have a feeling this helicopter-looking thing might be a Megatron, and the other silhouette might be an Optimus Prime, and that's who we're going to start off with. Next up was some reveals from MPG. Now, we were teased this earlier this week from Takara, but can you tell who that is in that silhouette? That's Soundwave. We're getting a new Soundwave from Takara, right? Not necessarily. So is what this is based off the original Soundwave MP, what was it, 15, 16? I don't even remember now. But so this is MPG 19. And it is the same mold as the original one, but with Toon Deco. So if anybody doesn't have this mold, and well, you definitely don't have it in this colors, but they're Takara's got you. Next up, we got a tease. So this silhouette popped up, and a lot of sleuths out there figured out who it was, and it looks like Takara is going to be getting us an MP Blaster. which I find very interesting because I wonder if they're going to use the blueprint of the MP Soundwave and kind of get us a blaster. Next up, they teased Twincast, and that's the one I'm probably most interested in. I don't have a Twincast, and I think KFC is the only one that's made a Twincast, like in the masterpiece scale. But also you can see ram horn and ejector rewind. So I'm curious how we're going to get the other two members of Blaster's tape teams. And next up from Takara, they showed more images and an update of their Missing Link Ultra Magnus. You can kind of see some more images. They kind of showed off more of the articulation. He's got an ankle tilt, more images of his knee bend, and then more images of the car, the robot that comes with it as well. And then I think the last part of the T-Spark event, they showed off the collab with Evangelion. You know, when I'm not on a video, I can say it properly. But they showed CAD blueprints in the truck mode and in robot mode, and they actually had gray models that they were showing off. A lot of detail. It almost looks like it's a amalgamation of the Evangelion and the 2007 movie Optimus Prime design. You can see a lot of that in there. Also, they give him his open and closed mouth. But yeah, so that's all for the T-Spark news. So next up, we have entertainment news. First thing in entertainment news. So on an interview it showed up on Instagram, but I think it was an interview on Instagram. On the red carpet at an event, somebody asked Tyrese Gibson about Michael Bay and if he would like to come back, and he's like, "Yep, have Michael Bay get me on the phone." So Tyrese Gibson is all for coming back to play his character Sergeant Robert Epps. The next up on the entertainment news, at NYCC Comic Con, there is a schedule for Kirkman and the creative team. Or is it Kirkman? Yeah, and the creative team behind the G.I. Joe universe. That'll be Saturday, October 11th. And then also there's going to be a signing at Midtown Comics on Friday the 10th. So yeah, that is all for entertainment news. And next,
I'll be back.
Guess who's back?
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
You gotta put your back into it, dumbass.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
so we got reissues of the week. So last week we mentioned that JT Prime on the TFW 2005 message boards confirmed that Bumblebee Studio Series number 87 and Earthrise Run Amok were going to be Walmart exclusive reissues. Well, guess what? No listings on Walmart, but they're popping up in their stores. And you'll never guess. Not only are they popping up in their stores, some Walmarts have them on clearance for $5 a piece. I haven't seen them at my Walmart. Hopefully you'll see yours at your Walmart if you need them. Especially if you can get them at $5 a piece. And before we make our segue to third party, Robot Toys is doing a reissue of their Cheetor and Shadow Panther. Those should be coming up. I think they might be on Show Z. I'm not 100% sure. but those should be getting a reissue soon. And as I said, teasing third-party news. Now we're off to third-party Transformer news. So earlier in the week, DNA teased their next upgrade kit for Devastator. So this looks like they're getting all their horns, even though it's not the horns we're used to. And it looks like a knee fix. And you know what? Lo and behold, a couple days later, this popped up. So now we can kind of see what DNA is doing. They're adding some bits to Scavenger and Mixmaster. But from what I can tell in these images, like the one image teased that the knees were getting fixed, but I'm not seeing it. And here's the next slide. Oh, because I only had 2 slides of these. All right, so next up is, now these are final images, final production images of MMC Scrapper. Now, if you're not familiar with MMC, they are late to these new Devastator wars, but they do all in one. So everything's built in. There's no parts forming. And you can kind of see that a little bit in their combined mode. And yeah, like here in the leg over here on the left-hand side. But yeah, so next up is Dr. Wu. So first off, this is their Soundwave Tune Deco, which is and then it comes with all the Slug cassettes, which we were saying earlier that these are the right colors. So if you ever wanted to get these Slug thing of the Cassetticons, these were probably one of the better ones to get because they kind of match their deco a bit. Ravage is a bit off, but also Dr. Wu showed off their Tune Deco Blaster. Same thing with his little Cassetticons. And then you couldn't have Dr. Wu without a clear variant. So now they have clear variants of Blaster and Soundwave. Guess what? We're not done. They have more clear variants. Just showed off the other day is their yellow Ultra Magnus clear variant. So, yeah. And while we're on the topic of variants, New Age showed off their shattered glass version of the H72B. So now you can complete your New Age Volcanicus combiner, but in shattered glass form. And I'm really digging the that head sculpt they have there with the light up eyes. And then as you can see, it kind of towers over their Devastator. Was not expecting that, but if you've had these Dinobots in hand, they do scale larger because they were larger in the cartoon series. But yeah, so back to MMC, they're doing not really a reissue of their blades, but this is a more toy deco accurate version of blades. You can't tell too much in the helicopter mode, but you can kind of tell in the different deco hits they have on his chest in the robot mode. And then here's a picture of his combined mode and the additional faces that he comes with. And guess what? We got another tease for another Blades. So this is from X Transbots. And then a day later, we get the full reveal. So there he is in his robot mode. And then he does come with an arm bit. And that transports into an elevated helipad, I guess. I don't know. Don't need it. I'm just fine if the arm just was a piece. And then here's some more helicopter mode pics. And then what he looks like in his arm mode. Very clean looking. So I'm really curious how this will turn out. I've seen videos. I'm not sure if it's going to turn out well. It might be another interesting transformation for X Transbots. But there's more to come on that. So looking forward to seeing more transformation videos. Next up is this is Toy Easy. Now, if you're familiar with Toy Easy, they do a lot of they were doing those warships, those Chinese warships. Now they're doing this transforms into a howitzer. There wasn't any alt modes, but this looks like kind of an inspired Megatron. And so yeah, that's it for that. And back to X Transbots. I should have put these in a little bit better order, but here's some test shots of their MX68. This is their Target Master Slug Slinger. And then you got both the toy and tune looking head. Next up, a highly anticipated, I would say, improvement if you have Takara or even X Transbot. This is Fans Toys version of Ironhide named Warhorse. And you see on their promotional video that Fans Toys, you know what, fantastic model. It's Fans Toys, but they're going by fantastic model with this. But yeah, it's looking good. I have the Takara. I don't know if I want to upgrade to this because I think my Takara even has the side skirts that were like part of an upgrade kit. So it looks really good. So thinking about picking that up. We'll see. It all depends on when that stuff falls. All right. So next up is, now we're done with Transformers. So now we are moving on to our next bit of slides. So first off, we have in stock alerts. So now we have quite a few things that have come back in stock, or not come back in stock, but they're actually coming in early. And I mean, if you have any of this stuff for pre-ordered, it is all hitting at the same time. It is killing our wallets. Most of this is all Hasbro stuff. So if you're paying attention to Amazon and even Pulse, some of this stuff is coming in stock. Like 3 of the 4 Magic the Gathering are hitting stock. Budo is hitting from Pulse. The Mercer Sergeant Slaughter 2-pack is coming soon on Amazon. The MMS is coming soon on Amazon. And Gargantos is shipping for people on Amazon. So yeah, be on the lookout and check out those charges. So I had to throw this in here. I'm not 100% familiar with MOFX, but they are doing a reissue. You know, I did not change this at the bottom. So they are doing a reissue of their Gambit, and you can kind of see what's coming with them. Well, I can't say reissue. So I will have been confirmed that they've kind of changed up the deco a little bit on this. So yeah, I mean, you get that. I mean, the big thing is that soft goods coat, right? Also, some of the effects were the same as his prior release. But one of the things that's weird on this one is it's a flame effect and not like a kinetic charge looking effect. So I don't know if that's final, but it seems kind of off. Next up is their Peacemaker. Looks cool. The face kind of looks a little bit weird. Looks okay with the helmet on though. Also revealed from MOFX is their Black Manta, and I think that looks really good. I am not into DC or MOFX, but Black Manta looks pretty sick. And what was his name? Bloodsport. So Idris Elba's character from the second Suicide Squad movie comes with a butt ton of accessories and a good looking head sculpt, but not for me. I'll tell you the biggest news about these MOFX reveals is that price. Oh, at least this is on BBTS. So $135 for these figures. Now I get imports and I get, quality products. You're buying, you get what you pay for. But I don't know about $135 on these figures. And even if you try to get them out of the country and have them shipped in. I mean, what's the tariffs going to do? I don't know. It's just that's steep. I mean, that's third party transformer pricing right there, and they're not as detailed as third party transformers. That's for sure. So next up, so we've already talked a little bit about Blokees, but it was mainly transformers related. But here is some of the other lines they're working on. So this is all their Wonderfest preview. And that first image is Marvel Rivals Ultron, which this is, and that's Legends. So that's their classic class. Also, they're doing an Ultraman and a Kamen Rider. And then this is their first look at their Powder Puff Girls from Blokees. And this is the Moku, which I think is you kind of see in that image right there what that body style looks like. They're also doing more Naruto stuff. And I forget the name of this samurai. I when I downloaded the image, I looked it up, but also showing off more Mandalorian stuff. So it's a different version of Mando, and then Bo-Katan. Some more Naruto, and then there was the Transformers that we showed earlier, and then some DC. This is like their future wave. So yeah, looking forward to these other brands that Blokees is working with, and just seeing what some of this stuff looks like. I think we're slowly getting trickles of the Deadpool and Wolverine stuff. And while we're on the topic of Blokees, here's their first Galaxy wave for Mandalorian. It's a good looking lineup there. And then here's the kind of like the group shot and the other two final characters. And from what it looks like the Mando is the chase figure. Because if you can look at the one up in the air, he looks like he has a flame effect, and I can't tell. And it looks like his armor is shinier. So good luck getting that chase. Next up from Blokees, we have more of the hero class stuff, but there's some stormtroopers. Hero class is like their Galaxy class. And then some more from that Mandalorian wave. More images of that. Next up, this is the Champion Edition or Action Edition, if that's what you're used to. That's usually the bigger logo on the box. It says Action Edition, but in the bottom left corner, top left corner, it says Action or Champion. So the first thing their champion stuff is a Stormtrooper, and then you can kind of see he comes with a stand, and then all those parts, and then they're doing a Darth Vader. So if these are anything like the Transformers stuff is 6 to 7 inches, I'm kind of curious if they're going to do that with the Star Wars stuff. Oh, it'd help if I click the slide over. But yeah, that Darth Vader looking pretty sick, and then he has the lightsaber with the wave blade in it, like the kind of do the effect. And next up, we are going over some G.I. Joes. And guess what? Super 7's still around. They showed off their newest wave of reaction figures. We have Snake Eyes in his winter gear. Big Lob. I would say this will probably be a pretty popular one since Big Lob was never really done in the O-ring style. We have Destro in his weapons. It's his Arctic gear. And then last but not least, probably something more wanted than Big Lob is Pythona. Same thing with Big Lob. Pythona never got a O-ring release. And if we thought Super 7 couldn't fumble hard, this is Hasbro. So if you've been under a rock lately, you did not know, but they had horrible AI artwork on their retro carded Flint. And I don't know if they're doing this to rectify it or what, but so this is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. limited chase variant retro cardback flint. And is how it is working is it's not like they had 82 of them in stock. Whatever they had in stock, they would randomly put one of these alternate or the chase variant in your box and ship it to you. But like I said, only 82 were created. So good luck. Next, kind of G.I. Joe adjacent. This is Fans Hobby and some of their 112 stuff. Now, this is I think it's their VEA-01. Now, this can fit on their version of the Ostriker, their Dune buggy, or it could be like a separately mounted tripod weapon, rocket launcher. Also, they are working on additional kits to fit on their helicopter. And I don't think I grabbed the images of those for this, but they're also ones that'll fit on their not Skyhawk. All right. And I have to show those images. And here they are. And next up, from the TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles side, we have some Heat Boys. Now, if you're familiar with Heat, I'm not 100% know everything from Heat Boys, but typically they've been doing mech stuff. But this looks like they are dipping in the action figures, and they are starting off with Leonardo. Looks pretty good. Looks like a typical import action figure. I do not know the scale of these. I did not see that when I was looking it up. And then next up from NECA, their 2012 Ninja Turtle line. These went up for pre-order. I found them on Walmart. I'm not sure if they're in anywhere else, but the first wave is the Turtles and Shredder. Shredder comes with a little Krang. And now we're back to Takara, but this is Diaclone. Now I kind of pulled this out of the T-Spark stuff, but this was reveals in their T-Spark. So this is they're redoing their flagship two-piece. Like this came out in two pieces, but this is their base, but it's more of a black and gold variant. And it's loaded with stuff, and just this is the adult version of like what your Fort Max or whatever you had like as a kid, or even the Diaclone stuff. But it does have like alternate face things you can do, or like glasses that slide down. And then here's all the mini Diaclone figures that it comes with, and then you can kind of see different play features. Like, I mean, this thing is loaded. But if you're not familiar with Diaclone, that price is loaded as well. Now this is BBTS. It might, I mean, you're paying that import fee, but I mean, this is pretty much what you're going to be paying for it. But it's called their robot-based GX Royal Defender. This is, I mean, it's cool, but not. I can't put down 1,200. I can put 1,200 down on something like this. But speaking of large robots, Blitzway. Oh, I was going through the wrong slideshow, but here's the price for it. So Blitzway. They are doing a Legendary Defender Voltron. So if you're not familiar with this Voltron, it was the Netflix 2016 series. So they're doing two versions of it. The first version is a limited edition, which I believe it's already sold out. Of the 2000, and they only made 2016 of these. The biggest difference between the standard version and this version is each individual lion has their blades. I'm not sure if the stand is exclusive to the limited edition, but we'll see in the slides. But you can see right here with the lions, each holding their individual weapon. And here is like a parts breakdown. There's the stand. And then this is showing the picture with the red is showing how much die cast is in these. Now, Deluxe Baldwin did a review of this already, and he was giving it rave reviews and the amount of die cast that's on this thing. But so here is the standard version. So he comes with the blazing sword, the shields. I think the action figures, they're not action figures, they're slug figures. There's all the lions. Yeah, so here's all the pieces that come with it. It comes with the shield, the sword, and then each little slug figures. So yeah, that's all I have. We got through this quicker than I thought. I mean, it was a lot of news this week between Transformers and all, and I didn't cover everything. So that's the thing. If there's any other stuff that slipping through the cracks for me, you want me to try to get some of that news out to you guys, let me know. But that's all I have for this. I appreciate everybody watching. We had a good turnout last week's show. Remember, just watch it on the replay. That's kind of the goal for these recaps, is for replay to be able to listen to in the background. I know I have pictures associated with it, but I'll try to kind of go over it so you can just listen to it in the background. But we're on the march to 1,000 subscribers. I think at the start of this video, I might have had 935, 938. So we are making our way. I appreciate you guys. If you could like this video. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe to my channel. Share this video. Comment. Tell me what your favorite reveal was this week. What you're most excited for. And also look me up on all the other social medias. I'm at Talib1980 Collects. 1980_collects. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, X. I'm on Facebook page. I'm on Twitch, multi-streaming. So if you're following me on Twitch, you can watch this on Twitch as well. But yeah, that's all I got for this evening. I'd like to thank you all. And I will see you next week when we do next week's review, because there's always news. So take care. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.